For 2 centuries, the Treaty of Calaran Accord had held firm, a pact of uneasy peace between the Terran Union and the Triumvirate of Zelnari. A galaxy-spanning contract signed in the aftermath of the Red Collapse which had nearly annihilated both civilizations. The humans had kept their word. The Zelnari had not. They attacked Outpost Epsilon 3, a medical colony orbiting the twin suns of Dravos. No military assets. No weapons. Just doctors, children, and old farmers. The orbital footage showed it all: plasma bombardments, atmospheric ignitions, and the final transmission of a terrified child whispering, "We didn't do anything." The Terran High Council didn't declare war. They sent a diplomat. But this was not an ordinary envoy. This was Ambassador Leona Hart, former fleet admiral, the first human to walk on the ash-covered moons of Gliese Prime, the woman known by her enemies as the Iron Whisper. Inside the Grand Assembly of the Zelnari Triumvirate, tension crackled like static. 3 massive thrones towered at the head, one for each ruling caste: the strategists, the economancers, and the ascendants. Ambassador Hart entered alone. No guards. No aides. Just her black diplomatic coat bearing the sigil of Earth, a broken sword encircled by laurel. Her boots echoed in the silent chamber. Alien eyes followed her, many with disdain, others with amusement. "Human diplomat," hissed Arch-Economancer Valzictor, his fronds twitching. "You arrive without escort? Is this how your species shows respect after violating sacred space with threats?" Leona didn't flinch. "We did not violate anything. You did by attacking Epsilon 3. You breached the Treaty of Calaran Accord. Clause 19b forbids strikes against non-military targets. You call that outpost non-military?" said Ascendant Coruscant, her psychic voice rippling like a blade. "It had encrypted arrays. It monitored wormhole traffic. That is espionage." Leona tapped her datapad. A hologram flickered above clear footage from orbital drones showing children playing in fields, medical labs treating disease, and humanitarian relief stations. "No weapons. No surveillance. Just life," she said coldly. "Your warships turned them to ash." Silence fell. Even the Zelnari couldn't deny the evidence. Arch-strategist Joruk, the largest of the 3, bared his razor mandibles. "Then what is your purpose here, human? Retaliation? Vengeance?" Leona stepped closer. Her voice, calm and cold, sliced through the air. "No. I am not here to bargain. Not to negotiate. Not to retaliate. I am here with final terms." The chamber stirred. Murmurs buzzed like hornets. "You presume much," Joruk snarled. "No," Leona replied. "You presume we will keep playing your game." She raised her hand and a projection lit the room, a galactic map. Red zones began to spread rapidly across the Zelnari sector. "While I stand here, Terran fleets are not preparing for war. They are already moving. Operation Final Ember began the moment I entered this chamber." The Triumvirate froze. "Your outer colonies?" Leona continued. "Already seized. Your shipyards at Rylox? Burned. Your shadow operatives in Terran space? Neutralized." Coruscant lashed out psychically, trying to probe her mind. And screamed. Leona's neural shield retaliated instantly, flooding the Ascendant with feedback so intense her body convulsed. She collapsed, twitching. Valzictor hissed in horror. "You bring weapons to a diplomatic meeting?" Leona didn't blink. "You burn children. I bring justice." Joruk lunged to his feet. "You dare threaten us? We are the ruling caste of this quadrant." Leona took one final step, now standing at the foot of their thrones. "No," she said. "You were." She handed them a crystal cube. "These are the final terms. You will surrender all military production zones. Disband your outer fleets. Submit your war leaders for tribunal. You have 24 hours. Valzictor sneered. "And if we don't?" Leona turned her back and walked away without answering. Just before reaching the exit, she paused. "In case you consider refusing," she said over her shoulder, "know this: humanity is not here to start another war. We are here to end one forever." And then she left. Far above the chamber, in orbit around the Zelnari capital, the Terran dreadnought Veritas Ultima held position. 10 kilometers long. Silent. Waiting. Its weapons had already locked onto every military facility planet-wide. When Leona returned aboard, the captain asked, "Final terms delivered?" She nodded. "Yes. They now understand. This isn't diplomacy anymore. This is closure." Epilogue. The Zelnari surrendered before the deadline. The Triumvirate was dissolved. War criminals were handed over. And for the first time in recorded galactic history, an empire was disarmed, not by overwhelming force, but by the will of a species that had finally decided enough was enough. They broke the treaty. Humanity wrote the last one. And this time it was final.